Welcome to SeaWorld. My name is Ariane, and I'll be your guide as we give each and every one of you an inside look of life here at SeaWorld San Diego. Across the park, there are hundreds of ambassadors that are working 24/7 to ensure the health, safety, and prosperity of the animals in our care. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, whether it's from preparing thousands of pounds of restaurant quality fish a day to conducting variable training sessions. We have a medical staff and on site at all times to perform emergency and routine medical checkups. We also have our SeaWorld rescue team that has come to the aid of over 39,000 animals all over the globe since 1964. Today, we're going to give you all an inside look at life here for Orca Encounter. SeaWorld San Diego is home to 9 killer whales that range in age from 8 years old to 57 years old. Now, no day is the same for our team of killer whales, where they can interact with other whales and participate in various training and enrichment sessions. This is all with the goal with engaging them on a daily basis. We have 5 distinct areas our animals can explore. The pool that you're looking at is around 36 feet deep. And we have an underwater viewing pool that is around 30 feet deep with an underwater rock structure and live fish the animals can interact with. So, now's the time that y'all have been waiting for, where we introduce you to the animals you're going to meet for your inside look today, starting with Makani. Now, Makani is 8 years old, so he is the youngest member of our killer whale family. And fun fact about him is he was born on Valentine's Day. And it looks like we're actually going to meet Ike first, who is our 19-year-old male. Everyone say hello. There we go. Now, another fun fact about Ike is he is one of the largest males, next to this guy that's coming up in the middle, who is Keith. Give him a round of applause, everyone. Now, Keith is 28 years old and is one of our gentle giants. Now, next up is this guy that I was telling you about earlier, Makani. And he's going to be right here in the center. Now, as I mentioned, he's 8 years old, so our youngest. There you go. And he is very playful and loves to interact with our trainers every single day. Now, last but never least, everyone, we have 57-year-old Porky coming back on a famous behavior of hers where she's going to come out of the water and spin vertically. You don't want to miss it. Here she goes. Now, as I mentioned, she is 57, but that doesn't slow her down because, as you saw, she's one of our most athletic whales. Now, today, we're going to talk to you about some of the sessions that we offer the whales using the acronym HELPER. So each letter stands for husbandry, exercise, learning, play, presentation, and relate. The 3 letters in particular we're going to be focusing on are going to be husbandry, learn, and exercise. So we're going to have some fun with that. Now, first off, to start off with the husbandry segment, I'm going to tell you all a little bit more about why that's so important. Now, husbandry is one of the best behaviors we can teach with our animals because it's going to help them participate in their own health care. So what I mean with that, raise your hand if you drive yourself to the doctor. Yeah, everyone goes to the doctor's office. And even there, you have to sit in the waiting room, give them your insurance information, you know, all that jazz. But here, we bring the doctor to the animals, and they participate in a variety of basically medical behaviors that can include blood draws, so we can ask them to allow us to draw blood from their tails. And the behavior that we're going to show you in particular today is called an exhalation. So an exhale.
Look at that tongue.
So our 3 animals at the front are going to show you a little bit of that. Hi, bud. And right here, I'm going to show you a little bit with Ike. So how we start off with asking that, we'll ask them to go into this lineup we call a dorsal. And then we just place our hands on their backs and give them a little rub down as well. Never a bad thing. And then what we'll do is we'll take our 2 hands just like this and put it right here. Wow, right? You guys saw how he just exhaled like that? Now what we'll do, I know, yeah, give it up for him. Now that is basically behavior we can ask and have them exhale into a petri dish. And that petri dish is taken to our lab by our veterinarians. And from there, they can assess it and see if there's anything in that sample. And all of this is proactive work with the animals to ensure they maintain a healthy lifestyle here, even with behaviors such as that blood sampling I talked to you about. But we can look at different parts of their bodies as well. So we can ask for them to let us look at their pectoral flippers. So these large guys here, give everybody a wave. There you go. And even have them open their mouths, just like that. Give them a little wag. There we go. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have our Kaika go on to the back here, say hi to some of his friends back there. And the next thing we're gonna get into is actually our Learn segment. Now I'm gonna have Taylor take it over from here and tell you a little bit more about what she's working on with our animals, and we'll have some fun.
Alrighty. So we have Pete here. He's a 28-year-old male. And he is learning a behavior, which is shape recognition. So basically what I'm going to ask him to do when it's time is I'm going to ask him his signal, and he's going to go and search the entire pool and then come back to me and tell me what shapes he finds in the pool. So I used to work with the Navy's dolphins, and we would train them to find underwater mines. Well, we can't do that here, obviously, but this is just a different take on it, and it works his cognitive thinking. So just like exercise, he needs that physical stimulation, but he also needs the mental stimulation as well. He's really good at cognitive behaviors. He loves to participate in different research studies, and right now he's participating in a research study that's a hearing study, but he's also doing this, and this is, I think he has a lot of fun doing it, and he's doing really well. So this is at the beginning stages. But he is doing super well. He's been doing this for about 2 months now. So we've got two very awesome volunteers who are going to volunteer to help me start doing this behavior. So they're going to hold up the different shapes. All right. Looks like we're set and ready to go. So we're going to give him the SD, or the signal. And that's just asking him to go look and search the entire pool. Now eventually I'd like to have this behavior where I can ask him to go search the whole pool and have other pools open as well, so he can go in there and have a bunch of different shapes. So today we have the diamond and the heart shape, and so it looks like he found one of those shapes over there. So he's targeting on it, he's looking at it, he's got to memorize it, and then he's supposed to go search the other side of the pool as well. So we'll see if he gets that. Now he's allowed to take as much time as he would like staring at the shape just to see and get it memorized. So it looks like he's doing good. He's off to the other side. Let's see here. Looks like he's looking. Right here, the square he's not supposed to hit, but he's supposed to hit these two. This is a new concept for him, so we might have to give him just a little bit of help. But let's just see. He really likes the heart, so he'll probably go for the heart first. He really likes the heart. There we go, he got all of them. Now, because he got it right, that whistle bridge which is something that just tells them, great job, you did excellent. Now go ahead and get some treats, which in this case is fish. He loves fish, obviously. And that was awesome. So we're just gonna do, let's see, looks like everybody's good to go. Good, good. All right, we're just gonna ask him one more time, but we're not gonna ask him to report. So we have to do a lot of variations with our training. We don't wanna always ask the same question over and over and over again. It can become too repetitive for them. So you wanna give them variations. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have him go look. He's gonna target. And then we're gonna give him what's called an underwater tone or a bridge. And he's gonna hear that, and that's gonna tell him again, he did a great job. So it's just a variation of the whistle, but it gets him really excited. He seems to really enjoy getting a bridge as he's doing the behavior and coming back and getting rewarded for that. So he's looking again, he's really studying hard. Now this concept is new, we haven't done this before here, but hopefully, once he gets it, we can start giving other whales the opportunity to learn as well. Like I said, it's just really good for their mental stimulation, and as trainers, that's one of our big priorities, is making sure they're not just physically stimulated, but they're also out there engaging with their mind and challenging themselves. So there he goes over to the other side. He's gonna take a quick peek. And he's got it, what a good boy. All right, and then we're gonna give him that underwater tone, and he did it. That's great, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna pass it right back off to Ariane.
All right, that was great from Keith. All right, there, you can follow me this way. Now, our next category is going to be exercise. Now, for that in particular, I'm going to pass it over to Robin again, and he's going to talk a little bit, but first off, we're going to start with a fast swim from one of our whales. Now, these exercise sessions are important because they allow us to increase the heart rate as well as respiration rate with our whales. So just like how you all participate in any, I know, you see that wave hit, right? Like with any of our animals or with yourselves, how you exercise, you would look to increase that heart rate and such. But for our animals, we aren't even touching the surface of how much energy they can expend. So we can ask them in these sessions just to supplement that for their day. Now you see that there are some trainers that are using these long target poles. Caitlin has one here and Katie has one at stage. But those target poles ask animals to come to a specific area. That way we can get them to go into specific behavior and continue those behaviors. So I kind of mentioned it, but you all saw how much water was splashing, right? Now that is only reminiscent of how much power the whales have. So Porky in here, she's close to 9,000 pounds. Yes. And then Ikaika himself is close to 10,000 pounds. So that's a lot of water they're displacing. So here we have Keith coming around the bend. And the different behaviors we asked for, you see Caitlin hold that up there. That's asking him to touch that bead of that target pole just like that. And it'll get you wet, just watch out. Now that particular behavior that Keith showed us there is called a bow. Now bows are a natural behavior that killer whales show in the wild. We have trained it here to ask in our sessions so that way we can only increase the amount of mental stimulation they have. Oh, and then everyone watch out, Porky's coming on with some splashes. And even for that splashing behavior, it may look like she was trying to get you all wet, but in all honesty, she's expelling some of that energy that causes her to get that exercise in. So even with that, we can ask for multiple of those splashes and also go for a longer duration, so a longer amount of time that she does those splashes. And that can be part of her own exercise session.
Wait. You okay?
another behavior coming up that is also another natural behavior for our killer whales. It's called a porpoise. So that basically is asking the animals to show us that behavior when they come out of the water, at the surface of the water, and they're kind of surf a little bit at the surface and then continue on to the next position. So you'll see Keith did one position there where Hannah tapped, and Caitlin now asked for another position where she's tapping. And then also Taylor at stage has asked for another position. So if you all have seen our presentations, you'll probably see that those taps are used as well. But that's basically what they're used for, is to help us ask the animals to go into different positions. Now we have Ikaika going on another behavior. All right, I mentioned what this behavior was. Do you guys remember what it's called? Yell it out. I heard a porpoise. What else? What else is a little bit higher? It starts with a B.
Bow.
Yeah, bows. There you go. Now you'll see we asked for different positions, so he's actually going around twice. Now imagine being almost 10,000-pound animal that goes around multiple times just like that. You can imagine that'll increase their respiration and heart rate. And that's what we're looking to do during these sessions. Oh, that's okay. He said, I'll take a break. You all notice, if our animals show us anything we're not looking for, we don't do anything. We just stand there and give them what we call an LRS, which is asking them to come to us for about 3 seconds, and we reinforce them and let them know that it's okay if you didn't show us what we were looking for. We're just going to move on, and we're going to go to that next behavior. And this is especially important when working with killer whales, because we want to teach them that it's okay to not always be amazing, even though they always are in our minds. But at the same time, we can help them learn that don't worry, we can continue on, and we're making everything positive for them, which is really important with relationship building. All right, coming up in the center, showing you those that awesome powerful tail fluke there, Keith. All right, now it looks like we're wrapping up our exercise session. And with that, we have gone through all the letters we wanted to here today. So with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for visiting us here today for an inside look at Orca Encounter. Now for one last final behavior, please give it up for Porky, Ikaika, and Keith. Uh-oh, watch out everyone. I totally didn't know that was happening. I could not give you any other warning. I apologize so much. I'm kidding. I actually knew it was going to happen. Alright everyone, well if you wish to continue your inside look, feel free to visit our event hub located at Mission Bay Theater, where you can learn more about the amazing work with research and rescue that we do every single day at the park. We have special screenings of sea rescue, conversations with community partners, as well as our rescue team, and actual equipment that is used during our presentations and rescues. If you wish to purchase a scavenger hunt or our inside look, it's at the front of the park. And we also have Q&A sessions going on at Sea Lion Point, Penguin Encounter, and Wild Arctic. Now with that being said, thank you all so much for visiting us and have an awesome day at SeaWorld San Diego.